What is going on, everybody? Nick Alberici here, back with MLB season predictions for 2025. It's been a while. Felt like yesterday I was sitting here doing Super Bowl, and we're already here for March. I said this video was going to come around March 18th, 20th range. Well, here we are. A lot has happened since the Super Bowl with NFL free agency, spring training getting underway. Now March Madness is starting to begin. So we're getting back into the meat of sports. Once the Super Bowl ends up until opening day or March Madness, it's just a boring time in sports besides maybe free agency. But so MLB predictions. I have division winners for you. I have World Series. I have awards. Just the simple awards. Rookie of the Years for both leagues, Cy Youngs in both leagues, and MVP in both leagues. Just stuff like that. Because, I don't want to say, be here all day, and I don't want people to, be like, oh, what do I care about, a bullshit award. Just the main awards, who I think is going to make the playoffs, and stuff like that. I'm actually going to have another video, obviously, after the trade deadline, second half predictions, because, the team I predict on here is out of it, and you got to revamp your predictions. So really, let's jump into this. Let's just jump into this, and we're going to start with AL. We're going to work our way down with divisions. So first, we're going to do divisions, and then I'll just tell you who I think is going to make the playoffs from both leagues, and then my World Series prediction, and then I'll do awards, and that's it. But yeah, then I'll announce now, I guess in the end of May, early June, I'll do my NFL off-season recap, free agency, all that stuff, draft, cuts, everything that's happened. But all I know is right now, the Vikings definitely won free agency with all those moves. Building those trenches. So, but let's get into it. So, we already had the Japan series this morning, game 1. The Dodgers took it 4-1 against the Cubs. So they're already 1-0. But, we're going to start. I'll start. The last couple years I started with the AL East, but now I'm going to go from the bottom to the top. So we're going to start the AL West. So here's how the division ended last year. The Astros came in first, then the Mariners and the Texas Rangers and the A's, and then the Angels. So, this year, I think this division is going to end Rangers in first. I think they're fully what they should have been last year. Last year, they had so many guys hurt. They're just banged up. They just weren't the full Texas Rangers team that won the World Series. So, I think Rangers won. I think the Astros too. The Astros have the pitching. Their pitching's all right, and then they have they lost guys, but then they still have guys. You know what I mean? And then I'll say the Mariners in third, and then the A's in fourth, and then the Angels in fifth again. The Mariners pitching's good. Their lineup's inconsistent. The A's, I don't really know what to expect. They played better than what most people thought last year, but they signed Luis Severino. I think they have Urshela now. They just extended Brooker. They have Lawrence Butler. So they have some decent players, but fourth place seems about right. And then the Angels. The Angels are last. They signed some guys this last season, but I still think it's going to be whatever the Angels do is a disaster. Trout will stay hurt. He'll get hurt. Well, he'll get hurt. I don't want to see it because I like Trout, but he's probably going to end up getting hurt again. So there's my standings for the AL West. Rangers, Astros, Mariners, A's, and an Angels. So then we got the AL Central. Probably the worst division in baseball still, even though there's teams improving. But that or the NL Central is the worst division. Both Centrals. And then the last year, it ended the Guardians, Royals, Tigers, Twins, White Sox. This year, I think Kansas City's going to take the division. I'm so high on the Royals. I just think they're a really good team. They're going to be good. So I'll take the Royals to take that division. Then I'm going to say the Tigers in second. I just have a lot of decent names on that team. And then I'm going to put Cleveland third just because, Cleveland every year they're consistent. Like it's just really weird. It looks like they lose all these guys and their poverty, but they just find ways to still win. It's weird. Um, and then I'll put the Twins at fourth, obviously. I mean, and then just because they have so many injuries every year. You got, Royce Lewis is already hurt. Byron Buxton will find ways to get hurt. Correa will find ways to get hurt. It's the same shit with that team. And then we obviously got the White Sox in last place. You don't got to say much there. You just don't. I mean, they're last place. So I think it's going to be, I'll repeat it. You got Royals, Tigers, Guardians, Twins, White Sox. So, the Royals, man, they got good pitching. Lugo, Reagans, Michael Waka. You got Witt. You got, I don't know. You got Johnson India. They just got it. They shouldn't have really traded Singer. I think Brady Singer's not too bad, but I don't know. All right, then off to the AL East. Here's how it ended last year. Yankees, Orioles, Red Sox, Rays, and then Blue Jays. I do think the Yankees coming first again, even though losing Soto, but they lost Soto, but still got guys. And I know losing Garrett Cole for the season is going to be a killer, but at least they got Max Fried now, so it's like they have a number, because Fried was considered a number one on Atlanta for years. They got Bellinger, they got Devin Williams, so they got Goldschmidt, they got guys. I mean, they got guys and letting Soto go, so it makes sense. I just got Judge stays healthy. Stanton, he can't stay healthy, but maybe Jason Dominguez has a breakout year. But I think the Yankees to me, I think will be first, just because I just like how they structured the roster after letting Soto go. Then I would say the Orioles in second. I'll just say the Orioles in second again, just because I don't know. They need to find out to win just a playoff game, not a series, a playoff game every year. But they're good in the regular season, Baltimore, but then they flounder in the playoffs. So, but I'll still say they're second. I'll say the Red Sox are in third. They made some good moves this offseason, getting Crochet, signing Bregman. They have Story if he could stay healthy. They have a lot of young names, the Red Sox. At one point, about 3 years ago, after they won the World Series, like 2020, 2021, because they won in 18, so they were decent, I think, in 19 and 20. So, like, right after the COVID started, they were meh until, just last year they started looking better. So, Red Sox third. I'll say Toronto fourth, just because, getting Santander, their pitching always has been meh, but, Toronto just four, and I think Tampa's fifth. I don't like the Rays at all. I just think the Rays, they're just the outcasts. Like nobody really cares about them. I mean, they have good prospects and good young foundation, but it's not enough. Just not enough for the future. You know what I mean? So they're not enough for the future of the season, but they have enough overall. All right, and then we go to I got to repeat it. So, all right, so the Yankees, Orioles, Red Sox, Blue Jays, Rays. So, really just got to flip-flop the Orioles and the Rays. I spilled something. The Orioles and the Rays. I thought I did. The Orioles and the Rays. So, that's or the Blue Jays and the Rays. The only two teams are flip-flopping. So, then I'll get to in a minute. I'll get to who I think will make it and wild card, stuff like that. All right, then we go to the NL West. We have last year's ended. Dodgers, Padres, D-backs, Giants, Rockies. To be honest with you, I'm not even getting, well. All right, so the Dodgers will be in first. Obviously, I mean, it's a slam dunk. Then I'm going to say the Diamondbacks are in second. Then the Padres in third. Giants in fourth, Rockies in fifth. So we all know the Dodgers. I mean, there's not much to say. I mean, they just didn't win the MLB free agency. They destroyed it. And then we know, Arizona last year, I think they had the most runs scored and didn't even make the playoffs. So they missed it by like a half game in the playoffs, if you think about it. I just, they made some moves. They got Ketel Marte, obviously, still. They got Corbin Carroll. Decent rotation. I mean, you just got Burns. I mean, you got Gallen. You got Merle Kelly. So that's a pretty good rotation. Their bullpen as a question mark, I think. And then they signed and they traded for Josh Naylor. So they have a really, really solid team, Arizona. So that's why I think they're two. The Padres, I don't know what they did. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. Like, they're signing shitty guys like Jason Hayward, Connor Joe. So you can't take that serious. So that makes it for third place. And then we got the Giants and Force, the same old Giants, typical 83 and 79. That's what they do. And then the Rockies in last. I mean, the Rockies they ball busted home. They're solid. At home, they put up runs. I mean, because I guess it's Colorado, but when they get on the road, it's ugly. Like last year on the road, they're 24 and 57. Probably the worst road team in baseball. So, there's that. Dodgers, D-backs, Padres, Giants, and Rockies. Then we got the NL Central. Last year it went Brewers, Cardinals, Cubs, Reds, Pirates. I have a lot of changes to make to this one. I think this year the Cubs should be able to come in first place. I think getting Kyle Tucker is huge. Getting Ryan Presley. They have Abanaga, a full year of him. He was a full year last year, but a full first, it was his rookie year, okay. But this is his full first, he could take a deep breath now type season. So Cubs first. I guess I'll just say Brewers too, because, the Brewers are like the Guardians. They find ways to be good every year, and, even though, they don't really scare you. Third place, this is tough. Oh man, the Cardinals are losing guys and just getting older. I'm hearing they're going to be. I'll probably just put the Reds in third because they got Singer. They have Elly De La Cruz. They have some decent bats, so the Reds will go in third, and then the Cardinals in fourth, and then the Pirates in last. I just think, Pitt. I know they have Skeens and they have decent pitching, but I just think the Pirates are the Pirates. So, Cubs, Brewers, Reds, Cardinals, Pirates. So, I just can't trust the Pirates or the Cardinals yet. The Cardinals, they have some decent names, but they got to figure it out with Jordan Walker. I mean, he's going down the road of a bust. I mean, he was a number one guy. Everybody thought, he's going to be great, but he hasn't done shit so far. So, I still thank my lucky stars that we took that trade from the Padres for Soto than the Cardinals. Because the Cardinals, you would have got Mason Wynn, Jordan Walker, Matthew Liberatore. So you take those three guys. You would have got more, but you take those three guys compared to James Wood, C.J. Abrams, and Mackenzie Gore. You know what I mean? And then we have Hassel who's killing it in training. So, right there, it's, All right, then we got the NL East. Here's how it ended last year. Phillies, Braves, Mets, Nats, and then the Marlins. This year I got the Braves in first. I think last year they had so many injuries, and they still only lost that division by 6 games. So the Braves will be in free. Getting Acuna back in May, Strider at the end of April. They lost Fried. Sale. Hopefully he could, continue that success. I took him in fantasy, just because. I just think I like the Braves. They got Profar. The Braves, they're still the Braves. I think their only weak position is shortstop. And that's fine. I'm not a fan of RC at all. I'm just not. And then I'll take the Phillies for second place. Although, everybody knows my philosophy about the Phillies. They're an aging roster. It's the same roster besides Max Kepler and a couple starters. Phillies in second. Because the reason why I'm Phillies in second, I do not like the Mets at all. So I just don't think the Mets are gonna Met. I do think the Mets will be in third, but don't be surprised if the Nats. I really wouldn't be surprised if the Nats ended in third place. I just wouldn't. And then Mets third, Nats four, Marlins fifth. I just wouldn't be surprised if the Nats ended in third place. I really wouldn't. I just, the Nats are young, hungry. Everybody knows how I feel about them. Probably out of looking at all these NL teams, and the NL, the Nats probably have the brightest future out of all these teams in the NL. And then the AL, the Tigers, probably the Nats and Tigers probably right now are the two brightest futures in baseball. Maybe it could be a future World Series one day. That would be a fun one. But I just, the Mets, the Soto, I'm getting him, and then all these money on these shitty, like Clay Holmes going into being as a starter. I just think it's stupid. It's stupid shit that might come back and bite him in the ass. But for now, I'll keep the Mets, but we'll see how it's looking in the second half. We'll just see how it's looking. I could eat my words here, and I'm sitting here in August saying, well, I shouldn't have said the Nats, made the Mets surprise you. But overall, even if it's not the Mets, why doesn't the Phillies get some injuries again? It's an aging roster, and it's the same team where the Phillies just underachieve, and the Nats could be in third. So don't be surprised if the Nats are in third place. But for now, I'll just say Braves, Phillies, Mets, Nats, and then Marlins. So it's the same shit, but flip-flop the Braves and Phillies. All right, so that's the standings predictions. So I'll start with NL playoffs. So my number 1 seed will be the Dodgers. Number 2 seed would be the Braves, I guess. And number 3 would be the Cubs. And then what is it? It's 6 teams make it. I get confused in NFL. NFL is 7. So and then 6 teams make it in MLB. Yeah, 6 teams, I believe. I always get confused by that shit, man. I get confused because I'm so used to the NFL. All right, so let's see. 6 teams make it. All right, so Phillies, I think, will be a wild card, I guess. They'll get in, but remember, they've been losing every year. They lost World Series 22. 2023 was NLCS. 2024 was NLDS, so is this year a wild card exit? They're regressing every year. But I think wild card for the Phillies. Diamondbacks. And then I guess I don't like the Mets, but if they get hot, the Mets or the Brewers. And then after that, if one of those teams fucks around, maybe the Nats sneak in. You never know. Nobody thought the Tigers last year was going to be great. Nobody thought. Nobody sat here and said, oh, the Tigers are going to be go. If you told me before the last season if the Tigers were going to go to the wild card and win and then losing the LDS, I would have laughed in your face. You know what I mean? But who knows? There's young, hungry teams, man. So that's that. And then the AL, I got the 1 seed, the Yankees. I'll take the 2 seed. I'll take the Rangers. I'm really high on the Rangers this year. And then the 3 seed, the Royals. Wild card teams, I'm going to say Orioles, Red Sox. Orioles, Red Sox, neither the Tigers or the Astros. I don't know. I can't say right now. Maybe right now I'd say the Astros miss it. Something crazy. Altuve might get hurt. Jordan might miss time because a big dude hitting those home runs. He might pull something. So for right now, let's put the Tigers in there. All right. So my World Series prediction. I'm going to say, obviously, for right now, I'm going to say Dodgers, Yankees again. Just because. Everybody, that's the most obvious one. It's the most obvious, but I don't think anybody in the NL would beat the Dodgers. They didn't last year, not this year, and the Dodgers got better. And the Yankees, the same goes for the Yankees. I just don't see anybody knocking them off. Maybe the Rangers, maybe. But Yankees, Dodgers, I got the Dodgers winning it. This year it'll go to 6 games instead of 5, and the Dodgers will clinch it at LA this year. They won't win it in Yankee. They'll win it in LA. I just think, I don't know, I just think they spent the most money. They're even better than last year. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to sit here and say they're not going to win. They're just not going to win. So, same one. All right, time for awards. All right, so I'm going to start with MVP in both leagues. So right now the favorite was Judge, then Witt, and then Gunner. I'm really high on Witt, so that's why I like him to win MVP. I think last year, Judge, he hit all those bombs and did all that, but he's one IL stint away from missing that. So if I was a bettor and somebody said take whoever you want, I'll be taking Bobby Witt. I think Witt is just amazing. Right now, if I was building a team in the MLB, I probably would take Witt. Just if I'm building an organization right now, if they just said, all right, like you ever see those MLB The Show, they do, by the way, that game comes out today. It came out today. I'm going to get it. Everyone, you're building MLB The Show, you on their franchise, you could do a fantasy draft. Well, if I had the first pick in that game, I'd probably take Bobby Witt. I mean, Witt or, it doesn't matter. Like, it's just a fun thing. So maybe you wouldn't power, so you would go judging that. But if I was an MLB expansion team, they said, all right, pick anybody you want to build around right now, I'd probably take Witt. He's fun. He's just all around is a 5-tooler. So, and then we're gonna move on to NL MVP. I think we all know it should be Ohtani again. The dude, he's just amazing. Yeah, Ohtani's a favorite, and then Soto's too. And then after that, I think I forget who I saw. It was a big drop off. It might have been Tatis. I think was 3. But it's just Ohtani. It's crazy. It's just crazy how good he is. I mean, I have nothing much to say. So Ohtani and Witt are my MVPs. And then we move on to Cy Young, NL Cy Young. I just think Skeens. He's dominant. He's young. He was a slight favorite above Wheeler, and then Sale was 3. And then Cease, I think, was 4. But I'm not high on Wheeler this year. I think Wheeler is gonna hit 30. I just think he's gonna maybe this year like a 13-6 with a high 3s or maybe low 4 ERA. I could see that. The times have changed. You know what I mean? It's time for the next generation of pitchers to step up. You got Skeens. Skeens is he's great. And then the AL Cy Young, I guess I would say Scooble. Man, he's just that guy. He's dominant, man. He's dominant. I just think he just finds ways like a couple years ago, not a lot of people knew who he was. He was just an outcast. Not a lot of people knew like who he was until he finally, like 2 years ago, he made a name for himself, and he won Cy Young last year. So I'm gonna say he's a back-to-back Cy Young Award winner. He's just dominant. And then we get on the Rookie of the Year. I'm not doing Manager of the Year on this. That shit's hard to predict. It's just gonna be Rookies of the Year, and then we'll get out of here. Just a fun little video. AL Rookie of the Year, I think for right now, I'll just say Jason Dominguez. It's his time to shine. He's just gonna, I took him in my fantasy baseball like late, just to see what happens. You know what I mean? If he struggles the first month and I have him, okay, he can drop him, but Rookie of the Year is so hard to predict because anybody could just pop onto the scene. So I'll say Dominguez for that. And then NL, I'm gonna take, I gotta take my guy Dylan Cruz. I think Sasaki is a little bit overrated. He's the favorite, and then Cruz is too. I think Sasaki is like a Yamamoto from last year. It's the same guy. It's just the same guy. So if Sasaki, he has a couple bad starts or he gets hurt, Cruz, you would think would be next in line. I just think he'll feed off of James Wood's rookie year last year, and I think he could have like this. I think the AL Rookie of the Year will be stronger than the NL Rookie of the Year, like just the stat wise, because I don't know. Cruz will have a good year, but I also think it'll blow you off the charts like a Jackson or Merrill Rookie year. It'll be a good year, but I'm just taking him to win Rookie of the Year because he's my guy. And I'm not high on Sasaki. It's just all these imports, man, are just, some of them are, you don't know what to expect from them. You know what I mean? Otani's the only home run besides, since Ichiro, I think Otani's like the only home run so far. There's a couple great players, but I think the home run ones are Ichiro and Otani. I mean, again, before people say, oh, there's a lot of good ones, but the home run ones are Ichiro and Otani. A lot of people might say Tanaka and stuff like that back in the day, but he's back in Japan. Or I don't even know if he's pitching anymore. But that's all I got. That's your MLB season predictions for 2025. I'll do the second half one in August, but that'll be 2 videos from now. My next video will be, I said, the end of May, early June. We're going to do NFL off-season recap. I don't know. I'm trying to get more feedback in here, man. Like, I would do like WWE, but nobody, I don't think, anybody, like, there's not a lot of people I know who watches that, so it wouldn't get a big following. But it's awesome. Like, if I did like a WWE after every pay-per-view, or just a WWE show here and now, but not a lot of people. It's awesome. I don't understand why people wouldn't watch it, but you have to have like just a wrestling channel to do that stuff. But that's why I just stick to baseball and football, man. I'm not a big NBA guy. NHL, I could care less about hockey. And just, March Madness is coming up, but I'm not going to sit here and do reviews on that. It's just baseball and football. I mean, football is the number one, how I do the predictions every week. But baseball, I just do 2 videos a year on it and see where we're at. So that's all I got for you guys today. I'll see you unless there's a pop-up video, something happens, I got to say, something crazy happens, but it's not. But the next video I'll see you guys is end of May, early June. So around Memorial Day, expect that all-season recap. All right, guys, enjoy the season up until I see you next. Enjoy March Madness. Good luck in your fantasy baseball drafts, whatever you're doing. And then I'll see you guys at the end of May, early June. See you guys, and go Nats. All right, guys, take care.